The power of layers via non-destructive purposes. Usually where you go is go up here and make a new layer. Okay? But if you go down here and hold Alt, you'll bring up this. And you can pick what kind of layer do you want. Do you want multiply, darken? In this case I want a multiply. And it says fill with a multi-neutral color white. Well, if I used overlay, it uses 50% gray. And then if you use one of these, neutral black. So you can now see, I think I covered this at one of the other chapters, how to judge upon what it's going to be using, white, gray, or black. Here's another way to kind of look at that as far as what it's going to be using. In this case, I want to use an overlay and fill with neutral 50% gray. Nothing really happened because it's neutral, and the gray is just in perfect balance. But what I can do now is go filter, noise, and add some noise. Now noise can be generated into a lot of stuff, so what I want to do is put some monochromic noise out there. And let's make it as noisy as possible. Okay, now you get all this film grain going on. It's hugely populated with film grain. Okay? But noise can be generated into anything. So in other words, I can use any of these filters now. Let's say I use the artistic color pencil look. What it's going to do is going to take the noise and turn it into this. And let's see if I can. I'll just go with default. Not get picky here. What I'm waiting for is this generation down here to go through. And this is a rather big picture. I should have chose a smaller picture because it's taking a longer time to apply that. And which leads me into the discussion of, you can use these in a great deal of fashions. If you take it and make it into a high res, you get this. So you get the filter. You turn it off and on. You can lower down the opacity and have it halfway attached to it. But what you should know is the higher the resolution, the tighter this actually gets. So here's another thing you can do is if you copy this or lower the resolution down. Let's say I wanted that into a higher effect. Let's say I make this 72. Okay. I don't get too much pixelation because it was a very high res image to begin with. It still has a printable area of, it's going to be about half of that, so it's going to be pretty good at like a 5x7 at a Mach 300 dots per inch. So again, I'm going to make a new layer using the Alt trick, and I'm going to use overlay, and I'm going to use a 50% gray, and then do the same thing, filter, noise, add noise, and okay. And then you notice this time the noise is huge, okay, because at a lower DPI noise can become bigger. So filter, artistic color pencil. Notice everything just happens very quickly, and this time it becomes very apparent that it's a color pencil, where the other one was too tight knit. And at this point, since I converted it over to 72, that doesn't even show up anymore. So that's how you use resolution in conjunction with the trick that I'm showing you. Alright, so please move on to the next video.